Hi guys, my name is Ryan. I work here at Goodsmoke in Tenerife in San Eugenio, one of the main vaping shops in Tenerife in the Canary Islands. Obviously we've got loads everywhere. And today we're just going to be reviewing one of the RTAs. It's the kensei or kensei, however you want to spell it. This one. Now, this is by Vape. Let's see if that closes up there. Absolutely beautiful RTA. This one comes with, then obviously you have the glass that's on it already, and then it comes with the bubble glass. This one just by here. Pretty simple to change them over. This ends up with a 4 ml liquid capacity. Absolutely beautiful. Now, I've been using this one myself for about a month now. Absolutely beautiful. The liquid on it, the flavour, the airflow, everything on it is absolutely beautiful. But yeah, we'll have a quick look through it now and we'll see what comes up. Okay, so like I said, this is a kensei RTA by Vape. So have a quick look through it then, so you can see that it actually comes with the 810 drip tip. It's the 24 ml RTA, yeah. You also have top fill on it, as you can see here. Absolutely beautiful. Like these here, the designs on this here are absolutely beautiful. See if my camera wants to like focus itself on it now. There we go. Absolutely beautiful, as you can see them. I think that's mainly just so you can grab them, otherwise it'd be very slippy trying to get this off, because it is quite tight onto this. But as you can see there, top fill, beautiful. The airways by here has a stopper on it there, so you can either obviously open it halfway depending on where you want to go. Then you can have, if you see in here, see if I can turn it without, obviously it's quite hard without something on. There you go. As you can see, you can judge how much liquid you want to go in there, depending on what you want to do with it. Then obviously we'll take a little part there. Beautiful inside. Now this is your build deck. So obviously you can see there, it's a 24 karat gold plating. I love the airflow on this bottom part here, if you can see there. I think that's absolutely amazing. Don't get me wrong, with mine that I use, I only get the smallest of liquid ever come through the bottom of this airflow here. See if I can turn that there. Only the tiniest bit comes through here. Only obviously when I push the liquid down, when I blow out my vape, it only leaks through by here. That's the tiniest bit. Never worry about that because it's literally gone. But this, I think it has, hold on, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 holes on either side. You can see where the cotton goes by here. That big gap there, absolutely beautiful. I mean, the deck is beautiful for it, absolutely amazing. Obviously here, if I can find the screwdriver, we'll have a look. Just get these out there. Pretty simple. Big gap there for the coils, depending on what coils you want to put in there. If you make your own, you buy them, depending on how you do it. Now in mine, I've got 2 pre-built, which we'll take a look at in a minute. But yeah, absolutely amazing that is. Beautiful little thing. Like I said, you can obviously change the glass end to the 4 ml bubble glass. Hold a lot more liquid. Put that back on there. And put that back on there. But no leakage ever comes off this. Never had any big time leakage of where I've left it and it's started to leak all the way through the bottom or anywhere by here. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful RTA. Alright then. Okay, so this is my one. This is one I've been using, exactly the same thing, just obviously different colour. I preferred this one obviously because of my mod. My mod's black and red and blue. My mod is actually the switch LED. Beautiful this is. Absolutely amazing capacity. It's unbelievable. I mean, see if you can see by there the colour change on it. Obviously it's saying I've got nothing on there at the moment, but that'll be another video. So let's just take a look at this. So this is my build on it. Let's see if that focuses a little bit more. As you can tell, it's my first video that I'm doing for you guys. So this is my build onto it. Now these coils I've used for about 2 weeks. Nothing wrong with them. So when you're building it, guys, pretty simple on it. They're so easy to build through. The only problem I have with this actual build deck is that when you get these coils through here, the first one's easy to clip. So you clip obviously that in there, and when you want to snip the wire off to sort out the length so it doesn't overdo, as you can see there's a little bit hanging out of either side. It's because you can do the first one perfect because there's nothing on the other side. Now when you put the second one in and you get that lined up, you can't get to this part here because there's hardly any gap there. So you can't get your snippers in there to actually cut it. But obviously if you move it about a bit, move this up and then just kind of fiddle about, you can get to it after a bit of a jitter. But yeah, absolutely amazing. I'm actually using at the moment these coils. So these are our alien I think these are the Arsenal actually. They're our own make by Cloud Hunters, so we pre-make a lot of our own coils which we sell here. Now these ones, obviously if you use them for single coil, it can go between a 0.2 ohms to the 0.24 ohms on a single. Use them in a pair and you can go to the 0.1 to the 0.12 ohms. Now mine register now with the 2 in there, obviously they've been burned through. They're registering at 0.1 exactly. But yeah, absolutely amazing flavour that comes off these. So let's have a look at the wicking process. Now, very simple. Obviously your end, just tighten that up so you get a nice little bit by there, and it's so easy to come through. Now this is one of the most important parts to do, because if you don't put enough cotton through, it will leak out the sides. Now it's not something to be afraid of or anything like that, it's just if you do mess this up, you'll have to redo it again. So make sure you've got a nice bit of cotton to go in. Easiest way to measure it up that I do is just basically I cut mine just past the gold plating, which you probably can't see there. So I cut mine just about here, just on the silver line. That way I know I've just got a little bit over in case I need to use any more or I need to move them about. Perfect. And my second piece that's going to be going in now. Don't forget guys, if this actually hits off and people want to see more about the stuff that we do here and some more of the mods, the RTAs, RDAs, things like that, if you want to see some more, just hit the subscribe button or the like, leave a comment, let me know what you think. So that's perfect, so we'll cut that down to size now. Obviously you've already measured the first one to your length, so you don't need to mess about with the second one, you can just snip it to the right size onto there. Now, let's have a look. Perfect. So obviously one's a little bit longer, but that's fine because when you're going to stuff it in there, obviously you're now going to get a little bit of this out so it's not so chunky. So I just do this. Just splits it up a little bit. Get quite a bit of the chunks out of there anyway. And you can cut some of that off if needs be. Like I've said, I've been using this for quite a while now, this particular RTA, and don't get me wrong, I've had a handful of drops on it. I've replaced the glass once, obviously then I put the band onto it. The band is good, but obviously it's not going to protect it the whole way if you drop it quite a bit. Now if you look there, let's focus this out a little bit more. If you look there, this is where you stuff it into, just this part here. So you want to kind of get this part to kind of go into there as much as possible, and this one as well. See if I can get that with you guys watching on the camera. And you want to get that in there and you want to stuff it in nice and tight, because then obviously afterwards you can move this part and sort it all out. But you want to make sure that's in there. Perfect. So we'll sort the second part out now. Okay, so we're fully wicked up on this now, as you can see. Now like I said, don't be afraid then if you need to get either a screwdriver or something in here just to push it all together, get it all nice and tight in there. so make sure you've got no leakages that can come up to the top. So there's obviously this liquid's going to come in and not push straight out and go straight down the airflows by here and pop out the sides, which is actually what you don't want. So like I said, you'll figure it out after a while. You might have to do it one time, two times just to get the hang of it, but it's pretty simple to get it in there, and it's nice and easy once it's done. Okay, so that's this part done by there. Like I said, the building post is nice and easy to use, not a problem, simple. Obviously positive and negative sides, you can tell by there. Obviously with the way that they build this, it is quite chunky on there. This part is quite chunky. That's why they build wherever I've put my top. That's why this is so fat here, and obviously you've obviously got to have the bubble glass on there to get a bit more out of it. It's quite chunky once you put it onto there. Okay, so before I did all this now on this one, when I showed you everything, with this one I've already looked for hot spots. I've sorted that out. Easiest way to tell with hotspot is to wick it on, to turn it on, and to pulse onto it. And as it starts gradually getting hotter and hotter and hotter, it'll start going red. That's obviously the heat on there. Once that's done, you'll see a hotter spot than anything else. It'll be bright red or orange, depending on how hot it's going at the moment when you catch it. All you simply got to do, get your tweezers and just brush it off. Once that's done, you can see, just keep firing it up and have a look for any other ones. Now, the liquid I'm using on this at the moment is Jam Monster Strawberry. I've got 3 milligrams of nicotine into this, which is still fine. Tastes beautiful. So once you've done that, you just want to put a bit onto it. You want to soak this bad boy up. The cotton I'm using as well is the Cotton Bacon. It's the Prime, the newer version, which I'll show you now. Is this one. This is a new version of it. There we go. Now that cotton is absolutely amazing. The Cotton Bacon, the cotton itself is absolutely amazing by that company. It's the only one I use. I've got others in here. I've used a handful. I mean, there's another one that I've used that is specifically just for drippers. Now that is good, but it did leave a little aftertaste. I could taste it, and I've never had that before with this. This is 3 times, the new Prime one is like 3 times more absorption, the fibers on it, everything is just so much better. We sell it for like 90 cents extra than the original, so there's not much difference in price, but there's a lot more difference in the outcome of the cotton. So, once you've liquidized it up, so you're nice and wet, nice and juicy, you can pulse it a little bit, just to get that excess off the top. Obviously, this is my Coil Master 521 Mini. I've dropped it a handful of times, so it doesn't work perfectly, but it does what it needs to do. Once it's liquidized up, if there's any overcast, just dab it in. Not a problem. Just push them little suckers back in there. Sorted. So now we're going to screw this bad boy back onto this. Like I said, it's pretty simple. Straight on and turn. You'll see that it gets a lot tighter, because it has got that stopper in there. So that is now on the cotton, and if you turn it, you close this, and it also closes the inside as well. So just be careful when you're putting it on. Perfect. Now we'll put it straight on to my switcher. Put it on here. Splendid. Take the top off. Drop some bad boy juice in here. Now this juice also comes in, well, I know there's 4 flavours. It could possibly be more, but I'm not sure. I've used the strawberry, which is this one. I also used the blueberry. The blueberry is amazing. I preferred it a lot more on my drippers to my tanks. I got a lot more flavour off them, and it tastes a hell of a lot better. It does burn through it a lot quicker, but it's not a problem there. And you also have the grape and the apple. I used the grape as well. Absolutely beautiful. Definitely get an aftertaste off that one though. And there it is. All ready to go, guys. So, I've now got mine locked at 115 watts. My ohms are 0.10. See, obviously I've been using these for a while, so I know that's what they'll stay to. It's not going to get any higher, it's not going to get any lower, it'll stay to that. I have used it on 130 watts already when it's bang on 3.98 volts. The problem I had with that and then was because it's such a high wattage, it burns it so much more quicker, you go through so much more juice. It doesn't have time then to absorb straight back in as much as I use it. So it was kind of dry burning, which weren't very nice. So I dropped it a little bit, gives it that extra bit of time then just to go through. So let's take a look. So let's have a look at this bad boy. We said 0.1 ohms, 115 watts. Wow, the taste that you get off this is beautiful. You can definitely taste the strawberry. Now obviously, as you know, with the Jam Monster itself, it is jam, butter and toast. Now I don't get so much toast off that flavour. The jam and the butter I can kind of get the hint of. The strawberry, beautiful. There's no doubt in that. Whoa, some serious vape coming off this bad boy. Obviously, because I've just put loads of fresh liquid on, some of it has gone down the air hole, so it has come out a little bit. But like I said, that is just because there's some, when I was dripping it onto the top, when I was showing you how to do the coil and the cotton, some of it must have just leaked a little bit through and just come out the air pads. But that's not a problem. Absolutely beautiful, guys. I've never had any major leakage off it. The cotton's been fine. The coils I've used these ones on it for, like I said, for a few weeks. The only problem I had with it was when I had it on too high of a voltage. But apart from that, it's beautiful. I've had loads of tanks. This is definitely by far one of the best. Some major airflows on that. Get some serious taste off it. And there we go, guys. That was the wick, and obviously we used it. We showed you everything about it. That was the Vandy Vape Full Steam Ahead Kensei RTA.